Been a while since the last allotment update, so I thought it was about time to do one. I got a trailer of manure delivered yesterday, so I've been putting that down, so we'll walk through the beds. This is the first one, not too much going on in there, just some odds and ends of flowers and stuff. There's some spare manure in those buckets there. I'll put that on the end once I've weeded it. This one's supposed to be the strawberry bed. It needs a weed. I started down the far end and put some manure in, but I still need to finish that another day. So this bed on the right, there's carrots that I put in there, so that's why there's no manure been put on that. They are slowly coming up, and then the far bit is just empty at the moment. This is some garlic that I didn't pick last year, full of weeds. I need to weed that. I also need to move that log pile because they're very seasoned now and ready for burning, so they need to go in the log store. These next two beds, I've completely cleared these and yeah, top dress them with manure. I may or may not dig it in. I'll see how I'm feeling at a later date. Those forget-me-nots have just kind of appeared, so I've just manured around them for the time because they look quite nice and they're not doing any harm. Then again on the asparagus bed, I weeded that and added some manure. There's a lot of, I don't know if they are some kind of oniony thing or some kind of flower bulbs, time will tell. The asparagus was where those bamboo canes are. I have to see if they come up again. There's one there, but that's so far the only one that's coming up, but I'll see how that's doing in due course. It's fine for now. And in the greenhouse, quite a lot of seeds going on. Everything in here was planted from seed. Mostly flowers actually. I think that's basil and basil, and then flowers. Well, we've got marigolds, chrysanthemums. All of those were planted from seed, and I've just moved them from modules. Oh, and there's some tomatoes there, and some pak choi that I was experimenting with again. It usually bolts though whenever I grow it, so I'm obviously doing something wrong. I can show that in a minute, in fact. Sempervirens, they seem to be having some little additions on the side, which is nice. So I'll probably find somewhere to plant them in the garden at some point. These are some berries that I think I got from Morrison's last year for like £2 each. Need to plant them. I think it's like, in fact I coloured the pots. That's a red currant, a black currant and blue currant, is that a thing? White currant, I think that's white currant in there. So this is, I think it's a pak choi that's bolted, so yeah, I'll probably have to bin that. And then in here, I think that was rocket. That's not looking too special. It looks like I've overwatered that, so probably to bin that. These are some lupins that I planted from seed. That's seeds that I saved last year, so they seem to be doing okay. And then outside, what have we got? Oh, the chicken shed. I treated that with a creosote substitute probably about a month or two ago now, so that's looking a bit better than it did. The grass seed that I planted started coming up, but it's been quite dry and I keep walking on it. So from the old chicken plot, I moved a lot of raspberries and I planted them all the way along here to try and make a barrier. I think in the last video actually there was just chicken wire, random chicken wire everywhere. So what I've done, and I don't know if we can see it here, probably can't see it, I've buried some of this heavy gauge mesh, comes out about a foot all the way around, just so that if a fox digs, I think they'll probably try and dig in the corner and they will yeah, not get anywhere because of the heavy gauge mesh. This is some tufts of grass that I just found here and there that I've just planted down here. By the side of this greenhouse again, so these are raspberries that were taken from the old chicken plot. I've just planted them around here, see if anything comes of it, but it didn't take long, so why not. What else? Oh, there's some mint here. This is, when we got this plot, I just found this mint in a bucket on this plot and I've just planted it along here again just to sort of provide a bit of camouflage to the chicken run around this side. Chickens, let's have a look. Let's go in here, and where are we? There's peacock, and the ones that had some tail feathers missing are doing much better. Well, that one certainly is. This one is doing okay. And there's those two. Then that is Badger, and where is Snowy? Snowy's very broody at the moment, so she keeps ending up in here, and I keep taking her out. But I can't do that while I'm holding a phone. So that is in here. Let me just lock that. So much easier with these bolts that I added. That's pretty much it. Let's just go around. Oh no, there's a bit more around here. So the grass that I planted there is doing quite nice, actually. Very pleased with that. And then again from the previous chicken plot, I moved a rhubarb and another rhubarb, and then 3 currants. 1, 2, 3. I can't remember what type of currants, but time will tell. Looks like they've got some flowers on them, which is nice. Oh, and what's that? Bluebell or something. Here is more manure. So the manure that got delivered yesterday was on the driveway, and yeah, some's on the beds, a little bit's in buckets, and I filled that whole builder's bag as well. Some bamboo canes that a neighbour gave me from his garden, which will come in quite handy. And was there something else? That's pretty much it. Oh, and there's cherry is out in blossom. Probably the pigeons will eat most of it again, but it's looking quite nice at the moment. And indeed, yeah, that plum tree's got some blossom on it. And then what was this one? I think this was a pear. There's a pear in the middle, and then an apple. Cherry on the front. Actually, the sun's no good. Let me come around this side. Yeah, cherry on the front. And then another apple. Plum. In fact, I missed a plum. One of them was a plum tree. One of those, I think the one that I said was a pear, was a plum tree. And then this is the apple that I pruned. Phone run out of space, so I've changed to the other storage. So yeah, this one, I don't know how much of what I was just saying was cool. This one, I pruned it quite heavy last year, but it's wants to grow where I don't want it to grow. Maybe because there's more light there, I guess. So I need to maybe keep these a bit trim and try and encourage it that way. And lastly, this is a bird's nest, I guess, that my next door neighbour just gave me. So I said I'd stick it up here, see if we get anything. Who knows? I think that's about it for now. Hopefully it won't be so long until the next update.